IOL is interested in buying into the business, and IOL is huge, man, so it's exciting for us. They're interested, we're having back and forth meetings, up until we just get to a point where it becomes a situation where it's almost like they want more than we can offer. They want to essentially take over the business and whatever. Yes, we're mastering the business, but we're not growing. This is when now the decision to now sell a bit of equity. We're like, okay, no, man, let's shop around, let's sell some equity. We need revenues in this business simply because we feel like it needs to now grow. We need to almost corporatize this business. We need to grow. We need to see employees. We need to, you know what I mean? So now immediately when we make this decision, we start shopping around, and then we catch the interest of an independent IOL. IOL is interested in buying into the business, and IOL is huge, man, so it's exciting for us. They're interested, we're having back and forth meetings, up until we just get to a point where it becomes a situation where it's almost like they want more than we can offer. They want to essentially take over the business and whatever, take it to the next level, yes.
Hold on. When you say they wanted to take over the business, are we talking Guti? They wanted, more than 50?
Way more than 50.
Yeah, because that's very valuable insight.
Yeah, way more than 50. You're way more than 50, and for us it doesn't sit too well. Cause
what justified that for them?
I mean, Banele, look at it like this, man. So with independent, right? IOL, independent is just a part of their investments. Independent is just their media interests, right? If you look at the business as a whole, yes, that's a massive business. They in everywhere. Every space you can think of, whether it's mining, you name it. So for them, media is just a part of their interest. It's not even, it's not even a thing for them. So for them, it's like, look, you coming into this massive corporate, whatever it is that we negotiate, it's on their terms, and also because now we have this narrative that we want to control in terms of the stuff we publish, we have our own vision, and we just feel like these guys coming in will sort of now change that vision because now they own so much. But now also they coming in as like a huge corporate. It's like, yo, you the ones who need us, take it or leave it. You know what I mean? And to be honest, at the time, we really do need them. We really need that capital injection that they can bring in. But also now it's a catch-22 in that, okay, do we sell out in inverted commas? Do we, you know what I mean? Because our idea was to build one of the biggest black-owned independent media houses, and because there's a certain narrative that we wanna running this business and staying together and all of that. I think so. For us, for the longest time, man, and I think in hindsight, that's one of the biggest mistakes that we did, and one of which I think is the biggest mistakes that a lot of entrepreneurs do. Is that, yes, it's a business, it's a passion, we used to even call it a movement and whatever the case is. But, the one thing that took us forever to grasp and master was and it had been something that we had done from the get jump, I think we'd be way further than where we are right now, is to understand the business. A lot of entrepreneurs run brands, which is great, but there's a difference between a brand and a business. Sometimes the brand can be hyped up. I mean, you look at a Skipani, if I'm to be honest with you, we're 12 years in, but we only really started making money about almost 4 or 5 years ago when you know what I mean? And one of the reasons for that is because we were not running a business. You know what I mean? At some point, we have like a national print publication everywhere, KZN, you name it. I'm coming back home, I'm getting props. Like, we see you on TV, we see your magazine, it's on the shelves. But I'm broke, bro. I'm broke. The hype is there. People are like, we see what you guys are doing. You guys are out here, but we broke. Like, we broke simply because we so much fixated on the brand and your boys like giving you pats in the back. Like, we see you, and that's amazing. But we broke. We broke. We're not as successful as the perception is. You know what I mean? We doing interview. At some point we're on top billing. You know what I mean? At some point we're on top billing, but we broke. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's this thing of. But also I don't blame us so much because nobody taught us how to run businesses. My parents were normal working class parents. They cannot teach me something that they too don't know. You know what I mean? So I think with South Africa, we also have this culture whereby, we're not taught these things. We're one of the first generations to really just break out. Either than Bo, who's the black like me guy and whatever, who did it way back then. But nobody, there's too few. Nobody has taught us these things, So we took forever to really, really start running a business, to really understand that this is a system. There needs to be numbers, there needs to be accountants, there needs to be all kinds of things that we need to be doing, So it took us forever to grasp that, you know what I mean? So we're staying together. We're making a bit of money, but the money is coming in and we're using business money to pay rent. It's just a mixture of personal things and the business. We can't even separate the two. Yet we're doing interviews, we're everywhere, but that's the one thing that took us forever to really grasp. How did you
fix that?
Okay, so now how that starts I think the first time that sort of gets inspired, I remember we're doing this thing. We get invited to this other. We get invited to this other show on SABC. I think it was on SABC One. I think, what is it called? Mzansi Insider or something. Not Mzansi Insider, but one of these shows where you come in there and then you pitch for funding and so forth. So we get invited to one of those shows, And now this other one guy is interested in like buying shareholding in the business. And we asked Booz, okay, so what are the numbers looking like? So now picture this. We've been running this business for almost 5, maybe almost 6 years now. This guy is like, so what are the numbers? So the transition comes then when we start having people interested in buying into the business. And when they ask us that question, we're scratching our heads, because we also don't quite understand what's the value of this thing. What are the numbers? And it's only then that we realize that, no, man, we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to understand how the numbers are looking. You need to have management accounts. You need to have all the type of things that investors are looking for. So I think the change comes when now we have people interested in investing in the business. Then we're like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Oh shit.
So now there's a push.
We must structure the business in a way that
you can understand. An investor can read.
Exactly.
Investors do not look at the brand and the hype and whatnot. They look at the numbers, revenue. What are you using the revenue for? Where are you likely to be in the next 10 years or 5 years?
The books, the projections and all of those things, that's what they buy into, and I think that's the one thing that becomes a downfall for so many entrepreneurs, man. And I think with your listeners too, aspirational or people that are already in business, that's the one thing that you start with. You start with not even that, just getting an accountant at least, somebody who understands numbers and books. That's the first thing that you start with.
That you can do for yourself is to get an accountant.
An account number one.
At least that's they sort out your tax. They sort out
somebody.
Even if you are you don't look like you have money, or for the fact that there's money coming in, it has to be structured. You can take that money and give yourself a salary, even if it's like 200 rand, whatever it is.
But it will show.